Well, remember, we're getting live coverage of the Nigeria-Gabon game, but meanwhile, before the start of the second half, some highlights from this opening match between Tunisia and Mali, and that loud roar by the home crowd seemed to suggest that this was going to be their afternoon. Adel Salimi with that only clear-cut chance in the first 20 minutes of the game for Tunisia. But it wasn't to be. The real star of this game was going to be 23-year-old Koulibaly. Wonderfully exciting player. And these sort of flowing attacks, just watch the way he takes this past the goalkeeper, who really ought to have done better, but the way he positioned himself, Koulibaly, to score the opening goal and slide it away was typical of his game throughout the afternoon. Elusive, tricky, a lot of pace, and the sort of player absent from the game we are watching, or will be watching in the second half, Nigeria against Gabon. Now, of course, the goalkeeper should have done better there, but I do like the way that Koulibaly allowed that ball to come across his body, just to lever himself into position for a shot. Free kick right on the edge of the box, and we had been told that Mali had extremely expert free kick takers. And we weren't being kidded, as you'll see in just a moment. Blatant free kick. And a man coming forward to take it, just coming into the picture there, Sidibe. The goalkeeper organising his defence, and Sidibe creating, I think, a little ploy with these two players there, Kaloubi and Wisi. And watch this. Well, I think any player anywhere would be proud of a free kick finish like that. You can understand the joy of the Mali players to go 2 up against the host nation in front of a hostile crowd. Well, you would think they had won the cup themselves already. Gloriously struck free kick. Notice the goalkeeper putting his right arm across to try and get that. Now that means, in effect, he's not going to get the height he would have got if he'd gone to his left and up with the left arm. So he might just have been at fault there, and it comes back off the bar, off his arm and into the net. However, having said all of that, Mali deservedly up. Well organised defence. The goalkeeper in sparkling form. And in the second half, try as he may, Tunisia couldn't break down this defensive wall. Goalkeeper, as I said, really in very good form, but as El Majoubi came up there, and Sidi following it up, couldn't put it away. Tunisia tried to open out the play in the second half. They made some substitutions, and Risi turning out to be one of their better players. Place in French football, of course. Now, there were some controversial decisions in this game, and that gave you an indication of a team that had lost its way, and there was a dreadful tackle by Hitri. He'd been booked in the first half, but even for that single tackle alone, a red card would have sufficed. It was his second yellow and red. There was no dubiety about it at all. The only thing I wanted to say is that in the first half, he had tackled a player blatantly, a free kick, as a last line of defender, in my view, should have been red carded then. So off went Tirici. A disappointing end, 2 goals down. and now minus one of their star defenders. Not a very pleasant afternoon for the hosts. And oh dear, we simply do not like to see football played like that. He was going in to do damage. The pressure really still on, and the star Koulibaly almost making it 3. As I said, proving to be very elusive. Quick little spurts just outside the penalty area that Tunisia had no answer to. And so it went into stoppage time, and a very dejected stadium. That was perhaps his only mistake of the afternoon. Koulibaly really ought to have made it 3 there. Getting right underneath it. The whole goal at his mercy. And there we are. And I think the Mali players must have been surprised themselves. A win against the host nation. I'm not quite sure what it'll do for the tournament and the crowds, but a very good result for an